Time of the under-18 GDFL Grand Final between Corio and Eastern Suburbs. And at three-quarter time, Corio 7-5-47. They lead Eastern Suburbs 5-7-37 by 10 points. In that third term, Eastern Suburbs were able to kick 3 goals 1 to 1 goal 4 to get back into the match and only trail by 10 points. And we're just waiting for the spectators to get off the ground.
If anything, there's a very, very modest breeze heading to the southern end.
To which Corio are kicking in this final term.
But I wouldn't think it's worth 10 points. Might be a goal.
Might be a goal.
We should be back to the status quo. 18 v 18. Well, we're underway in the final quarter. Comes down Eastern Suburbs through Evans. Kicks the ball to centre half forward. Good follow through by Steele. Drives it to full forward. There's a great mark in the full forward position by Skeen. Has 1 goal to his credit. First goal in the final quarter of the grand final. Most important. And Skeen, the opportunity for Eastern Suburbs. Going to be kicking from almost 50. He'll take a great kick from there. Got up and under. It's going to land in the goal square. Off hands has come to ground. And... well, great defence there by Corio, and they've bottled it up between the goal and behind post, about 2 metres out from the goal. Early days, last quarter. No score so far in this quarter. Umpire puts the ball up. That was, well, it's a goal. It's been kicked out of nowhere, and it's only behind, in fact. I think it was Hodgson, yes, he was pretty impressed, and I think they tried to calm the umpire there. But, gee, would have been a sensational start to the quarter. 5-8-38. Eastern Suburbs, they trail Corio 7-5-47.
Valleys is back on the ground. So back to 18, Corio. Kick in by Dover from fullback for the Devils. 9 points of difference. He goes in with the right foot kick towards the outer side. Evans from behind punched away. Pushes in front, Gaskin does well and can run away. Needs somebody up the field. Goes towards the centre wing position. Browning, off hands, getting back there. Steele, try to tab it towards the boundary line. In fact, it's Maloney. Handball over top to Browning. Oh, good handball over the top. And they've got the numbers, the Eagles. They run through Evans. Evans goes to the left foot kick towards centre half forward. Nation goes up. Oh, great mark, Ryan. Nation. Oh, be careful. That could be 50. Oh, and it is. No, the umpire says play on. Kick around the corner. Got to be in front of the forward line. And on that occasion,
paid the push, I think.
Daniel Salmon wasn't, and it will be the Devils to clear from the from the right back pocket. And it's Gundry with a torpedo punt, long kick over the back. Who's it going to fall to? Gunn comes in, tries to kick off the ground, coming through the middle. Oh, Clifford does well. Goes to the right boot towards half forward, 1-on-1 in front. No, oh, yeah, pay that mark.
Absolutely.
Coombs at half back. Mark. Plays on quickly. Oh, kick towards Gunn. Does well to hold it up. Handballs to Hobbs, who wasn't ready for it. He tries to handball it back towards Gunn. It's running across half-back for the Eagles. He's going to be under pressure, needs some support. And now the Devils might be in. Smith leaves it behind, though. Hits Gleave on the head, or he gets a high tackle. No free kick. Drew has got it. Goes towards Salmon on centre wing. Does it sit for Salmon? Yes, it does. Oh, he's got Rocco and Maloney. He goes to the left foot tumbling punt. It's 3-on-1 here. Can they work it out? Rocco. Kick around the corner, does well. Wide open spaces. Skeen comes out at pace. And also there, Dover does well. Good play to bottle it up. And does he take it out? Maloney, slick hands towards Skeen. Taps it on towards Salmon. Oh, does well. Great skills. Left foot kick, partly smothered by Bigham. And can't be kept in by Nation. It's in the left forward pocket for the Eagles.
Under a bit of pressure, Corio, I think.
They are. And it's 7-5-47, Corio. Eastern Suburbs 5-8-38. Been playing 3 minutes in the final term. And... don't know whether that might be the blood rule, is it? It is. You better come off through the interchange bench, young man. And waiting for him to come and be replaced. Peter Duggan to come on. So play cannot recommence. And that is Dover. He'll want to get cleaned up quickly and get back on, I would think. He's on Skeen. Duggan comes on. He'll have to go down to where Dover was standing.
It's one of those. It's one of the when they're absolutely crucial blood rule decisions, aren't they?
Yeah, stop play. And now It'll be a boundary throw in the left forward pocket for the Eagles at the northern end of the ground. Boundary throw in. Steele, Barnett. Barnett gets it to the front of the pack. Steele from nowhere has hit the post. So Michael Steele one behind. And the Eagles, they go to 5-9-39. And they trail Corio 7-5-47.
Over off the ground, he's been doing all the kicking in. So
I think it's Bigham now with the footy at fullback. It is, and he goes with the right foot kick towards half back, off hands, coming through. Good play by Coombs to keep it in front, and got it away too. Push came at him. Now they've got the numbers, and Maloney just sort of drills at the screen. Good kick. Oh,
absolutely,
and 50.
Absolutely. Just stupid. It was that Bigham, I think it was.
Was it Bigham?
Yeah. Number 19.
So Shane Scheme will have the ball in the goal square and will probably make the margin 2 points. He's kicked 1 goal 2 this morning. And just take his time, Skeeny. He comes in now, the umpire sets the mark on the line and he kicks the goal for goal number 2. So they go to 6-9-45 Eastern Suburbs. They trail Corio 7-5-47 by only 2 points in the under-18 GDFL Grand Final. We've been playing 5 minutes in the final term.
Yes, great comeback in the second half from Eastern Suburbs, and well, all credit to them. I suppose in the last quarter, in the 5 minutes, the ball hasn't been to centre half forward for Corio. It's been all Eastern Suburbs, and they're really finishing full of running. Puts a question mark on the weak spell, doesn't it? Look later in the day. Up goes the ball in the centre. Vital clearance. Oh, great work there in the centre. And he's done well, Steele, since he's gone in there. And the ball in dispute, still in the centre square. Umpire will come in. Have a secondary throw up about 10 metres towards the Eastern Suburbs goal. Kicking to the northern end in the final quarter. Umpire with the ball. Steele again. Readies himself. Well, gets the tap away again. Another tap forward by Eastern Suburbs Corio under pressure. Doing some silly things. Handball. Eastern Suburbs, player.
High tackle. Maloney.
And it is Maloney. He's done well in the last quarter. Plays on quickly now. Drives the ball to the full forward position. Screen from the back. Can't take the mark. Comes to ground. Corio under pressure in defence. No player can pick the ball up. Players falling over, and finally umpire Hooper will come in. And the ball will be thrown up 60 metres from goal. Half forward flank for Eastern Suburbs. Steele comes in late, but he's, great roving there by Evans of Eastern Suburbs. Ball deep in the forward line once again. Looks like Dover back on the ground. Kicks the ball wide to half-back flank. Great mark there by Bowman. On his chest, got up high and takes the mark. Corio need to settle a little bit here. Get the ball into... Oh, shocking kick there. Ball intercepted by Evans. Great running there. But, Corio again through Clifford. Can't take the ball, and it's forced over the boundary line for a throw-in. 7 minutes gone. Final quarter. 2 points of difference. Corio in front.
So a boundary throw-in, half forward. 2 points of difference. Good throw-in. Steele, Anderson, over the back. Barnett needs to handball it away. Does so to Evans. Kick around the corner. Might be okay to Rocco. Can't take the mark. Off hands. Tried to kick it along the ground. Now it's pushed out by Bennett. And it will be a boundary thrown right in front of the scoreboard. Here on the half-forward flank. Northern end of the ground. 7.5 minutes gone. Dover is back on the ground. Duggan off. Boundary throw-in. Oh, big thump away by Clifford. Thumps into the crowd. It's out of bounds once again.
Because they don't have added time, do they?
No, they don't. Boundary throw-in once again. Steele sets himself. Tries to tap it at the back and does so. Barnett, kick smothered. Needs some support. Still in the pack. Comes out now to the side. Goes towards the boundary line. Coombs is pretty close. And kick away somehow. Goes towards Steele. Went left and went right and then back left. And then got hammered as he got his kick away. It's out of bounds on the full, I think. It is. And it will be a free kick. And it's on the half-back flank for the Devils. They try and drive it long towards Anderson. In front, Steele, off hands, goes through the middle of the pack. Dwyer tried to tap it on. Should have got it, get a hold and does. Tim Dwyer with the footy at half-back now against Browning. Now, what's he going to do? Pretty congested wing position. He goes in that direction with a high kick. Needs a mark, off hands. Oh, in front, Evans. Oh, no. Lindsay through the middle of the pack. Wrapped up by Browning. Loses the football, steals there. Gets a kick away as well. But it's all the Devils, and they should be able to take the mark. They do. There might be Harbison back there taking the mark at half-back. And he drives it towards the middle. Oh, Barnett floats across and plays on and goes on that familiar left boot. But I think he sprayed it. In fact, he might have missed everything. Oh, Dover comes across and has seen it over the boundary line for a throw in the left forward pocket. Barnett floated across there in front of Gaskin. And we'll have a boundary throw in. Left forward pocket, 7-5-47 the Devils. Eastern Suburbs 6-9-45.
Bit of confusion, don't they? Umpire Hooper had under control. Ball thrown in there, deep in the forward pocket for Eastern Suburbs. In it comes. Over the back goes Clifford, but Eastern Suburbs do well to intercept. Oh, player tried to weave his way through the pack. Gee, it's solid defence there. Nowhere to go for any of the players, so the umpire will throw the ball up. 20 metres from goal. Yes, very open forward line at the other end of the ground, certainly.
4 players this side of the centre.
Yes, well, Clifford, big tap over the top, but Eastern Suburbs, they're sitting back in good position, but IG Corio have recovered it well until finally the ball goes back to the full forward position. Corio defending very, very hard. Go for the safety of the boundary, can't find it, the ball's still in play. Oh, great work there, and umpire Hooper will come in. No player able to get clear with the ball, and as Jason said, 4 players forward of the centre in the Corio forward area. Every other player is forward of the half-forward line.
Fitzgerald goes up early. Clifford gets it down. Kick out of the pack, goes towards the back pocket. The Devils with the numbers. They drive it towards the boundary line again. Which way is it going to bounce? Bowman's there and can take it. Oh, goes on the right boot. Kick smothered. And it's out of bounds on half-forward for the Eagles. Done all the attacking in the 11 minutes that we've had in the final term. They're keeping it in there, but they still trail by 2 points. Corio 7-5-47. Eastern Suburbs 6-9-45. Thrown in, good throw in too. Favours Steele, uses the body, but through the middle, doing well the Devils, but comes back to Evans. Evans kick towards Salmon, was okay, and Salmon got it. Wants to play on quickly, and does. Well, one umpire's called play on, the other one's called stop, but it's a goal. Daniel Salmon has kicked the goal. That puts the Eagles in front, and, well, the poor Corio player, he got tangled up with Daniel Salmon in the marking competition and couldn't get up to stand on the mark, so Daniel Salmon played on. He was injured, he couldn't get up to stand on the mark, so Salmon played on and kicked the goal that put him in front.
Yes.
7-9-51 the Eagles. They lead Corio 7-5-47. We've been playing nearly 12 minutes in the final term.
Well, at least the ball's back in the centre for Corio's benefit, but here we are. Eastern Suburbs hit the front for the first time in the game. Now there's a whistle on play. It's against the trainer.
Oh.
And he's a fair way away. Corio with the free kick. Goes to centre half forward. Can they now come back? Well, the ball's kicked high in good position there. Mark not taken by Hobbs. Ball comes to ground. Now it stacks on the mill. And umpire will move in on the 50. In the forward line now for Corio. See what they're made of, Jace.
Yeah. Well, they'll be a championship team if they win. That's the thing. And, well, Steele goes up by himself. Can't get the knockdown. Falls to the back of the pack. Harbison running away Nation. And it's a short little kick towards Salmon. Has to stretch. Can't take the mark. Needs some support. It's over the top of him now. He needs to hold it in there. He does so. Support comes, and look at the Eagles around him. There's a lot of support there.
They're certainly running to support.
Throw up Clifford. Steele. Big thump towards the boundary line. Coombs sits back though for Lindsay. Held to. Handball over the top to Smith. Oh, he got wrapped up. And it will be out of bounds, will it? It is now. Boundary throw in. Steele, Clifford, Ward, Anderson, all there. Steele gets it down to the back, goes towards Anderson, is off his foot, tried to tap it on, falls towards, Barnett, who just straps his way through, wants the boundary line and finds it. And probably a little bit early to play defensive. 13 and a half minutes into the final term. 7-9 to 7-5, 4 points of difference.
I found that about 6 minutes ago.
Yeah. So it's a boundary throw in. Steele goes up again. Big thump away by Clifford though. Goes towards Nation. Oh, he loses the footy. Bowman got support. Harbison gets a kick away close to the boundary line. And it is out. Bush and Hobbs see it over. But they've gained 40 metres. Corio, they're now down on the half-forward flank, just outside 50. So we will have another boundary throw in. Steele. Fitzgerald goes up. Anderson gets it down. Goes through. Barnett. Oh, no. Which way is it going to bounce? Crucial bounces here. Goes to Barnett again, who breaks away but loses the footy. Smith's in there. They fight hard. Pack develops. And we'll have another ball up. Still 4 points of difference. 7-9 playing 7-5. Eastern Suburbs in front.
Umpire Hooper just inside the 50-metre arc. About to put the ball up. Eastern Suburbs now, stacking their defence totally. Well, great work again. Gee, he's done well in the ruck there. Steele gets the tap to the boundary, and the boundary umpire will put the ball back into play. Gained a few metres for Corio. They're now about 45 metres inside the 50-metre arc. In comes the ball. Big pack of players around the grass. Steele again, this time beaten by the Corio. Well, there's a shot on goal. Well, great kick by Bowman. Another behind. Touched off hands. So it's 7-6 for Corio, 48. They trail Eastern Suburbs now 7-9, 51. 3 points.
15 minutes gone in the final term. Mark Vetter's got the footy at full-back, trying to waste as much time as he can. He hasn't had the socks up all day, I think, Mark Vetter, but he has now. He's pulled him up and he'll go to the outer side. Good kick for distance, 50. Oh, that should be a free kick off the ball, but none forthcoming. Falls in the arms of Gunn, nearly taps it on. Salmon and Nation. Nation kicks it off to Fitzgerald, has to handball to the wide open space on centre wing. They'll want the boundary line, they find it. It is out of bounds for a throw in on centre wing on the outer side. Don't forget we'll be giving our best player man of the match in the grand final. I think it's a little bit difficult at the moment too. There's a lot of good players and having a real dip in this final term. 3 points of difference. All goes well for a great grand final day. Great start to it. 7-9 playing 7-6. Boundary throw in on centre wing on the outer side. Big pack around the ball. Goes towards Anderson, who gets it down, but roving Hodgson does well. Left foot kick towards half forward. Skeen in front. Off hands. Running through the middle there is Savage and also Maloney. He leaves it for Nation, who works back onto his left boot. Kicks with the outside of the right, but it's smothered. Nation, he dives on it. Have to be hard there. Fitzgerald. Handball. Oh, no, only as far as Dover. And he's been pretty good across half back, but he drops the footy. Oh, and he did one too many tackles there, I think.
Yes.
And he was doing well, but dropped the footy at the final occasion, and Clint Hodgson has got it at half forward on the outer side.
Pretty important kick for the young man here.
He wants to switch it.
Seen a couple of players loose.
It's a hot potato at half forward.
Who was that?
Steele.
Yeah, he's done well. Well, they're just playing possession footy at the moment, Eastern Suburbs, with 3 minutes to go. Why wouldn't you? And now it's Salmon, already kicked a goal in the final quarter, sees the lead on half-forward flank. The kick's a little bit too wide. He can't control it. Gunn finally does. There's a turnover. Comes to Bowman for Corio. He draws a player, then decides to kick. He'll have to kick pretty long, pretty quick. Over the top. Well, misunderstanding from Corio. Good tap forward by Bush. Great work there by Hobbs on half-back flank with the smother. Ball coming through there, can't be picked up by Hayes.
But, he has done very well, Daniel Hobbs.
Does a fantastic job and bottle the ball up. 17 minutes gone, under 3 minutes to go in the grand final. Oh, good tap forward there by Clifford for Corio, but Eastern Suburbs holding firm across the back line. Player grabbed high, no free kick. Little chip pass, mark not taken, but the free kick certainly in the back. And
I think he paid the mark, didn't he?
Salmon it is, plays on quickly.
Oh, well, that's a good mark,
found Rocco, is it?
Oh, be careful, be careful.
So Rocco on centre wing for Eastern Suburbs. Oh, gee, I think they've done enough at this point to win the game. Skeen can't take the mark, comes to ground. It's in dispute on half.
Oh,
great work again by the Eastern Suburbs side, and done a great job, Barnett, particularly in this final quarter.
18 minutes gone. 7-9, 51 Eastern Suburbs Corio. 7-6, 48 in the ruck contest. Steele to the front. Barnett, just wanted to drop it and did well because he knew he was going to get tackled by two. Harbison was one. I think Bigger might have been the other. And he just dropped it to the front of the pack and made sure it went over the boundary line again. And there's a lot of talking out there between the Eagles. They're trying to man mark. Oh, Maloney had it and then lost it. Has to dive on it, but he loses it. Anderson's got it. Goes towards the middle of the ground. Garn stands his ground. Takes a strong mark. We'll want to just chip it across to Salmon, who takes the mark. Did the umpire blow the whistle then? I didn't hear him.
No, I didn't hear it.
But it was a clear mark. Oh, they'll have to be careful here. Garn, it's over his head. He takes a good mark, though. Good dive. Good diving mark on the boundary line.
He's run pretty strongly
on centre
down
wing,
there.
he has. On centre wing. And Bigham tries to pick him up. I think he's looking for the Logie, I think, Gunn. And he's got it on centre wing. 7-9 playing 7-6. He'll probably try and drive it long towards Skeen. He plays on now. And drives it towards half forward. Skeen in front. Can't take the mark off hands. Tackled. Goes to the side of the pack. And pack develops at half forward. Devils try and play it on at all costs. Dover. Held to him, said the umpire. 19 and a half minutes gone. 7-9-51. Eastern Suburbs Corio 7-6-48. It's at half forward for Eastern Suburbs. North end of the ground. Steele. Want to try and push it to the boundary line and does so. Nation's out there as well. Oh, what did he do? Left foot kick around the corner. Slung as he got his kick away. Still in play. The Devils have got it now. They see it over. And it is out at half forward for the Eagles. 19 and 3/4 minutes gone. It must be a lot of time.
Not long to go, I would think.
7-9 playing 7-6. There it is, the siren. The Eagles have won by 3 points. They're going wild. They've defeated Corio by 3 points. And, well, can you believe it? In the end, it was Eastern Suburbs 7-9-51. They've defeated Corio 7-6-48. In that term, Corio managed 1 behind, while for Eastern Suburbs, they managed 2 goals, 2 to run out 3-point winners, 7-9-51 to 7-6-48. And the goal kickers for Eastern Suburbs, 2 to Shane Skeen, singles to Chris Barnett, Ryan Nation, Daniel Salmon, Phil Gunn and Sean Maloney, while for Corio, 3 to John Bolchevac, 2 to Cameron Smith and singles to Michael Gaskin and to Lee Clifford. But in the end, 3 points the difference, 7-9-51 to 7-6-48. And what a game of footy.
What a start to the day.
What a start to the day. But at half-time, it was 6-1 to 2-6, 19 points of difference. So a great comeback by Eastern Suburbs in the second half, Eric.
Sensational second half and thoroughly deserved their win. They kept at it and at it and at it. And I really do think the Corio boys ran out of puff. And it probably gives a lot of credence to the fact that the week's break doesn't do you a lot of good. But I think the pressure also of heading for a championship, I don't think it did a lot of good for the Corio players. But great credit to Eastern Suburbs. Excellent win.
Well, they should be credited with a great season, Corio. But it's one of those. It's a funny game footy. 3 points is the difference between a championship, a premiership, and being runner-up. Unfortunately for Corio, for Eastern Suburbs, well, they were second on the ladder after the home and away season, 12-4. And they've won the premiership by 3 points, 7-9-51 to 7-6-48. Best player, Eric.
Well,
I've got one in mind. Who do you have?
Well, I've got one in mind, and I've 2 Eastern Suburbs players, actually. The one that I think might be a bit stiff in my view to miss out would be Chris Barnett. The kid that I reckon turned the game, and he played a good, solid game all day, absolutely turned it in the ruck, was Michael Steele.
Michael Steele?
I thought.
I was going to give it to Ryan Nation.
Well,
but anyway,
did a good job.
You're going to give it to Michael Steele. Michael Steele it is, number 20. Michael Steele for Eastern Suburbs has got the guest video player of the match. And you're probably right. He probably did turn it against Lee Clifford.
But he was doing well in a key position early, and then he was the bloke that gave him the drive in the middle.
So we're just setting up for the presentation of the Corio Village News Agency Cup to Eastern Suburbs. And in the end, 3 points, 7-9-51 to 7-6-48, 3 points of difference in favour of Eastern Suburbs. The best player for us was Michael Steele. If there's any recriminations you got on the video, that was Eric. I wanted to pick Ryan Nation or Paul Evans I was even going to pick. But anyway, we picked Michael Steele.
It was a game where best player was very difficult to pick.
I thought Lee Clifford was probably Corio's best player.
Clifford was probably easily best player for Corio, but he didn't have enough assistance.
No, he had Tim Dwyer played pretty well, as did Corey Collins and Also Brendan Dover across half-back. But
they had a lot of
Davey
good players.
Bingham.
They had a lot of good players early who all faded after half-time.
They just unfortunately had to do too much defending in the last half, didn't they? Especially that last quarter. They hardly had it down in their forward line. Very hard to obviously be sucked up the ground at St Albans here and have nobody to kick to at half forward.
There's an old adage in footy: the best methods of defence is attack, and I think Corio couldn't attack, and it was as simple as that. Eastern Suburbs were just absolutely ferocious. They desperately wanted the ball. I think they had a sniff at three-quarter time and went right on.
So in the second half, Eastern Suburbs kicked 5 goals 3 to 1 goal 5. So that's the difference, isn't it? 5-3 to 1 goal 5 in the second half.
Oh yes.
And we've got the lovely new podium out there too.
Yes, looks excellent, doesn't it?
For the Corio Village News Agency Cup for the under-18s. It's Eastern Suburbs this year, 7-9 to 7-6. We'll have the presentation and the presentation of medals and also the Premiership Cup. And the Eastern Suburbs boys are still in the middle there. Big pack, great crowd for the under-18s, fantastic crowd. And big crowd building up here too for the Reserves Grand Final, which is coming up between Eastern Suburbs and Bellpost Hill. Also the Senior Grand Final between Bannockburn and Werribee Central to see the Bannockburn coaching staff, the hierarchy. Richard Corrigan, Ron Pilgrim, Mick Corridon coming across the middle of the ground for Bannockburn now before the start of the reserves match. Jimmy Douglas up on the shoulders of the boys. I'm sure he'd be a pretty happy man, Jimmy. He's been at the club for a number of years as under-18 coach, and he actually coached them to a grand final 2 years ago against North Geelong. They went down by 2 points on that day, so I'm sure he's used to these close grand finals with the Eagles under-18s. So great effort by him.
It's a great lead into the next grand final for the reserves, isn't it?
I'm sure they'll get a big pump up now, the Eastern Suburbs reserves. And we've got Dennis Hewitt, the Secretary of the West Coast Junior Football League, to the presentations. We'll bring the umpires, Eastern Suburbs and Corio over to the presentation area. And the umpires, probably in the first half we probably recognised them a little bit, didn't we? But in the second half we probably didn't see much of them, and the play probably took over a bit, didn't it?
Yeah, I think the play took over from the umpires actually, and well, I suppose that's what it's all about. You know, if they don't have to give decisions when the players are playing. I thought early that they perhaps needed to take a bit better control. There was a little bit of edge on the part of both players, and perhaps Corio suffered, through maybe just a slight lack of discipline to some degree, and paid the consequence because the umpires were, trying to keep the game under control.
So the Corio Village News Agency Cup. Ray Edwards, who owns the Corio Village News Agency, also has been umpires director this year, but is retiring from that position. He'll be presenting the trophy and the medals to Eastern Suburbs. And we'll see Bellpost Hill Reserves coming out on the ground for the start of the Reserves Grand Final. So a big day for them, and also they're playing Eastern Suburbs.
This is probably one of the great innovations in the last 20 years, Jace, the fact that all involved, particularly the umpires, get recognition of being in the grand final.
Well, it's just as big a day for them as it is for us, isn't it?
Exactly.
And for the players. So it's a big day for everybody, and especially the umpires, who have got a big job to do. And Alex Smith, now the chairman of the West Coast Junior Football League, to make an introduction and the presentation to Eastern Suburbs. Noel would have enough medals to start a collection, wouldn't he?
You would think so. 1,100 games. He's
1,100. Adam Gladkey's had 600. He couldn't add 1,100.
We had a game, didn't we, at Bannockburn where we had Noel and Adam, and I think it was 1,100.
1,100 together, yeah. That's more like it. But well done to the umpires this morning, both the central, the boundary, and the goals. And well done to them. Ray Ettridge presenting the medals to the umpires.
Actually, the young boundary umpire's got a bit of potential. He throws the ball in very,
pretty
very
well, didn't he? Threw it in
yeah.
a couple of times pretty well,
And like, that's really what the players need the ball back into play to give them the potential to get it clear, and they did a good job, the young boy.
They did.
And they're very proud of himself too with the medal around him.
As he should be.
Yep.
Eastern Suburbs. Now their reserves are out on the ground. They would have got a big fill-up from that, I would have thought.
Belpo still also out.
Belpo still out as well. Clint Hodgson, number 1. The Deputy Vice Captain played a great first half, I thought. Really kept them in it when they were looking down and out. But he got it. Chris Ward, number 2, across half-back. Played very well. And Scott West as well moved into the forward line, which is probably something different for Westy. I haven't seen him in the forward line that much, but usually strong. A defender, but did well.
Yeah, he's just added a little bit of strength for them.
Mark Vetter at full-back in his familiar role. Mark Vetter.
Actually, I've got to say that his uncle, Dieter, and I, in fact, Dieter out there, we served on the West Coast Junior Council through the 80s, and great to see the Dieter, the Vetter family still involved in footy.
Chris Barnett getting up there and receiving his medal, as was Ryan Nation, who I thought was best on the ground, but anyway, we won't talk about that, that's okay. Cliff Anderson, number 9, did well when he came on. Peter Rocco took a couple of crucial marks across half forward. A lot of hair to put that medal around. Jason Drew, who's the nephew of Ronnie, our esteemed timekeeper at the Interleague. Michael Treble, that is, number 12. That's Dylan Gleave, number 13.
Didn't do a bad job either.
Yeah, did okay. Number 14 is Peter Chant. Number 16 is Shane Skeen, who kicked 2 goals too and provided a focal point for them at full forward all afternoon, all morning.
Bit of potential for the club.
Yes. Number 17, Daniel Hobbs, a great smother in the last quarter and really held them up in defence. He played fantastic.
It really all counts, every one of those little things that they do.
Number 18, Daniel Salmon, across centre wing. Played very well. Sean Fitzgerald, who started in the ruck before Michael Steele started well. And first year in the under-18s, he gets a premiership, so great effort by him. Michael Steele, Eric's best player, our best player, guest video best player of the day, Michael Steele. Great effort by Michael Steele. First year at the club from St Mary's. Brad Simonson, number 31. Philip Gunn, who kicked a goal, and first year player at the club as well. He's got the jumper off already.
He was a great last quarter.
He was.
Great last quarter.
Great last quarter by Philip Gunn. Mark Coombs, who I thought played pretty well. Look, he got a bit of skill, I think, that kid.
Yes.
He did pretty well. Ben Browning, who I didn't think put a foot wrong.
No.
I thought he played pretty well across half-back today, Ben Browning.
Fine job.
Yep. 44, who missed out on a grand final win on Sunday with the under-15s. They lost by 10 points, but he's made up for it here.
Absolutely,
and,
this'll make his footy career.
Yeah, it certainly will, to Sean Maloney. And Paul Evans, the captain of the side, number 3. And the coach, Jimmy Douglas. And Mark Vetter getting up there as well. The dual captains, Jimmy receiving his medal. And Ray Edwards will present the Cry Village News Agency Cup to the Eastern Suburbs boys. Now, we're going to test the podium out, I think, here, mate.
It's a bit congested, the podium.
We're going to test it out in a minute because I reckon the Eastern Suburbs boys are going to jump all over the top of this here in a minute. So we're going to test the podium out. Come on. What are you doing? No, number 20, Michael Steele. Not 21, 20. Never put umpires in positions of power, do you?
No, they don't. That's how they give votes.
Stop it. Stop it. It's too early in the day for that. Now, so Ray Woods to present the Premiership Cup to Jimmy Douglas, Mark Vetter and Paul Evans from the Eastern Suburbs Football Club.
What to finish 7?
So they hold the Cry Village News Agency Cup aloft for the premiers of the under-18 competition in 1999. The last under-18 grand final of the Millennium. 7-9-51, Eastern Suburbs defeated Corio 7-6-48. Jimmy Douglas to say a few words for the Eagles. Yeah, I think the club could be rocking tonight at Eastern Suburbs.
Ooh.
But 7-9-51, Eastern Suburbs they defeated 7-6-48. Rob Evans, the team manager of the side, and he gets a medal as well. So Rob will have a big night as well. He's a West Coast Eagles supporter. He'll be even bigger if they win tonight and the win this afternoon against Carlton. But well done to Rob. And Sean Braniff, the assistant coach of the side, who's a senior player at the club and has helped Jimmy out immensely with the side this season. And he gets one as well. And I'm sure Carl Dew might too, the runner. They're going to get everybody, I think. Yep, Carl Dew. So, so the boys, premiers in 1999. The big man can't get up there quick enough to get it. So, Eastern Suburbs 7-9-51 defeated Corio 7-6-48 by 3 points, and that is the under-18 GDFL Grand Final for 1999. Thanks, Eric. Thanks for your help.
Pleasure indeed, Jason.
We'll see you later this afternoon.
Great to see the kids.
Stay tuned if you're on 94.9 Guest FM for the Reserves Grand Final between Bellpost and Eastern Suburbs. Ron Brain and David Cook will be bringing you that. And until later, it's bye for now.